Faith forward, keeping the main thing the main thing. And with that, I pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, if we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Lord, I just thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. And I thank y'all, man. Welcome to the Glory Stories. We have another segment put together for you. Your first time checking out the Glory Stories, just a spiritual networking platform, allowing individuals to share their testimony. And just really the glory to God has been playing in that. Just really highlighting and honoring God's glory by sharing their story. And if this is your first time, appreciate you checking us out this evening. Please like, subscribe, comment, be engaged. Very much I'm appreciative of your, I would say, efforts in checking us out this evening. But I'm Corinne Wiggins, for those that don't know. And we're going to kick us out with our spiritual spark.
Imagination, you the only one can see it. You're the only one can see it. The problem with your imagination, though, is you tell it to the wrong people. How many times have you had this really incredible idea and you took it your family and your friends? You shared it with them and they shot it down. You know why they shot it down? Because they couldn't see it. See, all this stuff you've been imagining, you ought to start working on it. Your real life is in your imagination. Dust off your imagination and just go for it. You got to try. Quit waking up thinking you ain't got no say-so in your life. You have a choice in this matter. You can't stop what happened to you, but you can doggone sure do something about what happened to you. Life is 10% what happened to you, is 90% what you do about it.
That's Uncle Steve, man. And that leads us into, for anyone that is not familiar, that'll lead us into pretty much the word for the day. And just one moment, I want to share that for you all as well. He said life is 10% what happens to you, 90% of what you do about it. And that is very much true. And it's something that I feel like a lot of people struggle with in regards to what God is telling them there. Seems like one moment, guys, I want to share it because the scripture is out of Hebrews, and here on the Glory Stories, we like to just connect the regular conversation generally, I would say, to additionally to the word, of course, because I don't want you all to, feel like what I'm saying is just a bunch of hearsay. But let's see if you all can see this. I'm going to zoom it in. And this is coming from Hebrews 12, right? And the word reads, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. And continue. It says, God disciplines, his children. In your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. And have you completely forgotten this word of encouragement that addresses you as a father addresses his son? It says, my son, do not make light of the Lord's discipline, and do not lose heart when he rebukes you. And the reason why I spoke to that today is because what Steve was saying and alluding to essentially is being able to bounce back and I would say, elude distraction, being able to stay focused on what exactly you're called to do, right? And that's something that a lot of people struggle with because um, they get in situations and they start to change in how they move and, start to doubt God. And what this is telling us is that we can run with perseverance the race marked out for us. And the reason why a lot of people feel like they have goals and things that, again, like Steve mentioned, that you have dreams and the things that you speak to other people, and you start backing away from them because they kind of shoot them down when you mention them to them, or they don't really see or fully grasp what it is that you're talking about. Like it's your goal and your dream for a reason, and people tend to not understand that. And with that, we get distracted. So this is what this encouraging word is telling us, is that we don't have to be distracted. We should fix our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith, right? You have these dreams, you have goals, and we get distracted because maybe it's not going the way it's planned. How we plan is not going as smoothly as we would like to, and we have adversity, and we begin to doubt it. Again, like Steve mentioned, you tell your family, you tell your friends about the situation, you tell them about this goal, this idea that you have, your imagination, these things that you have. And when they say, like, what you talking about? Well, nah, I don't know about that. You start to doubt. And when you start to doubt, you you essentially are turning away from God, because that's not what He wants us to do. And in that, before I bring the individual that's joining us this evening on, I just want to encourage you that you don't have to turn back. Stay fixated on it. Stay locked in on it. Understand that God is someone who is wanting us to strive towards these things, fix our eyes on these things, and always remember that if you're a child of His, it's going to require discipline. So on that road and that journey, those struggles that you encounter, it's because to put you in a position to rely on God. So He wants to discipline us. He wants us to move in discipline. So we're going to really see if you're moving in discipline and have discipline. You got to be faced with something. You got to be given different opportunities or different choices so that you can therefore rely on the right choice. So along your journey, you're going to have situations that require us to be connected to discipline. And in that regard, before I bring on Miss Tiana Payne, the person that is the glory story for this evening, I just want to encourage you all that definitely understand that God is a person that is going to put us in position, put us in adverse situations to allow us to, again, like that word is saying, to rely on Him. So therefore, we can make a choice, a good one. You got an opportunity to tap into your free will to either choose a righteous decision or unrighteous decision. And again, that results from discipline. So I appreciate y'all. I just wanted to touch that as always. Again, that's the spiritual spark. And we have a great young lady joining us. Again, I said her name is Tiana Payne. I'm going to allow her to get in here and introduce herself. And appreciate y'all. Here we go. Miss Tiana, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How's everything been for you?
It's been well. I've been busy, been working.
Yeah, what you been busy doing? Catch us up.
I really have been working full time, and then also I've started two businesses within the last
Okay.
year that have nothing
Okay.
to do with each other, but eventually they will, because I believe that purpose, it has its way of making sense eventually. So I
No.
started my financial services business, and I started my event production or coordinating business also.
Oh, nice. That's big time. And where is that located? Where are you doing those at?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh,
The
okay,
financial
nice.
services is all around the country because I don't have to be in a certain place. We have Zoom now. We have all these
Yeah.
features that we can use now. But
Okay.
the events as well, I guess I go wherever I'm needed for
No,
that.
that's what's up, big time. Well, just introduce. I get like I said, I kind of said your name briefly, but just introduce yourself. To anybody that don't know. Just
Okay.
yeah.
Well, my name is Tiana Payne. I'm from Georgia. I met Corinne at school. We both went to Clemson,
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
Clemson Tigers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I went to school in South Carolina. Then I decided that I wanted to come back to Georgia. There's just something about the people here in Atlanta,
Nothing
and
wrong with it.
so many of us around our age who want to make a difference in their lives. So many creative people here in Atlanta. So I love it here. So I decided to come back home. So just been working on the businesses and doing my best to fulfill this purpose that I have.
No, absolutely, definitely. And here on the I say the glory stories, we like to drop you on some fire now. So like, I kind of just let you introduce yourself, and now this is kind of the fire. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, good. So like this is we call them the quick hits to kick us off, right? So it can be random questions. It can be like sometimes riddles, it can be a picture, movie, whoever, I don't know. But we just we put them in some quick hits just to see keep you on your toes a little bit. So here we go. She don't know these, y'all. So it's all raw. So
I'm a
definitely give
little
us some
nervous.
grace. Let's give her some grace. Here we go. And let me see if you can it says what is black and white, right? But red all over. What is black and white
Is it
but red?
newspaper?
Huh?
Is it newspaper?
I like it. A newspaper. There we go. You heard that one before, huh?
I have.
Okay. No, okay, we gotta tighten up. We gotta tighten up. I like it. I like it. That's dope. Good. I like it. Here we go. Here go the second one. She hit that off the bat. What has loads of keys but can't open the door? Loads of keys but can't open the door.
A piano?
I love it. I love it. Hold on now. You created these?
Alignment. It's alignment. See?
I'm loving it. That's dope. Okay. You the first person that done got two in a row. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. I like it. Here we go. This is the last one. I believe it's three. Let me see. I don't know. When everything goes wrong, what can you always count on? When everything goes wrong, what can you always count on? We may have stumped her, guys.
Look, I was gonna say Jesus.
Now you can. You definitely can count on them.
Oh,
That now that's not a bad answer.
you always count.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got us one now.
I don't know.
Love it. It's like nah, here we go. But it's your hand. Very simple. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Also, your fingers.
Yeah, you can
Talk to
count
you
on
later.
them. But no, definitely. That was just our quick hits for tonight. And I definitely
I like those.
I commend that though. That was dope. So where do you hear those other ones at? You a riddle person or something? How you hear them?
Yes. I'm a big puzzle, riddle, crossword, word find, Stoku, all those. I used to do those all the time. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like to think. So those are what I
No,
do. Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. So you just spoke a little bit about your businesses and stuff like that. So you said you do event planning and you do financial like literacy. Is that fine? Is that essentially?
Yeah, that's ultimately what I want it to be. Yes.
Okay. So I would say get us to let's go back. So you were born in Georgia?
I was born in Florida because my dad was in the military, and then but I
Okay.
was raised here in Georgia my whole life.
Okay. Born in Florida, raised in Georgia.
Yeah.
So when you was younger, how were you? Like, were you somebody that loved numbers, or were you some like? Tell us about what got you into.
And that's the funny thing because I literally used to say that I did not like numbers. I was not a numbers person. I was a words person. I still am a words person,
Yeah, you are. I can tell.
but I got into numbers. My mom is an accountant, so she's been in numbers my whole life. So I just always used to let her deal with it,
Yeah.
which is also what gave me kind of an advantage because she was in that field. So
Mhm.
she introduced me to financial literacy early on. But as
Gotcha.
far as growing up, I was school,
Okay.
ministering in the dance ministry at church, playing
Okay.
soccer, um, and yeah, and then come high school when they're like, okay, where do you want to go to school? I actually went to Clemson to visit during the summer, like 2 summers
Okay.
for soccer camp, and
Yeah.
that's what made me want to go there. But I
Hey, did
didn't.
you want to play soccer in college or something?
I did, and then they got a new coach, and then I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
so did so did you go to Clemson on athletic, like on soccer scholarship, or was
No, no,
it
no. It was
academic?
academic.
Okay.
But I had got introduced to the school through soccer.
Okay, got you. So you said that you were in dance ministry. You mentioned that word. That's a powerful word in the spiritual space. I love that word. You said dance ministry.
Yes,
So
I
in
did that
ministry, how
from
old were you? You said
4 years old through high school until I left, pretty much.
okay. And was that because dad was? Is that because mom or dad were church people, or that is that
So
something that you just
yeah,
grew
so
to love?
my mom moved us out to Covington, and
Covington.
so we started going to Springfield Baptist Church. That
Okay.
was my church home growing up
Explain.
through high school. So I loved to dance, so I started dancing with our church ministry, and then I basically grew up in it, and a lot of my friends in church did too. We all grew up together.
Nah. Okay, got you. So you grew up in it, the church, the dancing. Went to high school. Where did you go to high school?
Newton High School in
New-
Covington.
Newton High School in Covington. High school years. What was how was Tiana? What happened in high school? Tell us a
High
little bit about high school.
school. It's funny that you asked that because high school graduation was 10 years ago, so
Yeah,
12.
crazy.
And I was senior class president, so everybody was looking at me this year like, "Okay, you doing the reunion?"
Yeah,
Like, "Okay,
yeah. You got to come up. Yeah, you got to start planning.
I'm a little winded, so I
Yeah,
don't know." But I'm like, maybe at the end of the year, we're approaching the end of the year now, so I'm like, okay, we'll see. But
yeah.
high school was uh, schoolwork, soccer. I was working in high school. I started
Okay,
working in high school, worked through college because I worked with the football team and I worked in fast food in college. And I've been working since high school. And I think that's something that I kind of just picked up from, again, my mom being an accountant and talking about money. And I'm like, well, I want my own money. And so, and then also because we're Jamaican, we're just always like to work. I don't know.
okay.
I
Speak a
think
little
that's
bit.
just a thing.
Okay, so you from Jamaica?
So my mom and my dad's side, they're both from Jamaica.
Ah, okay. Do you go back? Have you been there much?
Yeah, I was just there in May. My mom's actually there now. She
Okay.
went to visit for a little bit, and then she's coming back here to Atlanta for my birthday, so
Okay. When is your birthday?
October 26th.
Nice. Okay. Gotcha. That's what's up. And I heard not is it true? Can you they say Jamaican women can
Oh,
cook. Can you cook?
I can. Do I have time to? Is another question. But
Okay.
we do like to cook. We like spicy foods. We like colorful foods.
Okay.
So my mom's side is from the country, so you can basically live off the land on
Got you.
her side of the island.
Got you.
Mhm.
So you talked about elementary, younger, middle. high school, college. In every phase, there probably was a moment where you dealt with some adversity. You know, out of all of those, what would you say was possibly a turning point in your faith journey, if
In
you
my
could think of one?
no, yeah, in my faith journey, I think the turning point that sticks out the most would be 2019,
Okay,
which
2019.
happened to be right before the pandemic. So
Okay,
I was here in Atlanta, and then I just found myself getting so distracted by everything that was going on here. So I was like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go move to Florida, hang out with my mom for a little bit because my mom lives in Florida. So I was like,
okay.
I'm going to go live with my mom, hang out with her for a bit,
I'm
take
getting out of here. I'm
yeah,
dipping.
I'm escaping.
Okay.
Like, that was discernment that was what I
Yeah.
had to do. And thankfully, my job just let me travel with it because we have an office down there too. So I just went to Florida. And then the pandemic happened, and I was like, well, I guess I'm glad I'm here with my mom. And
Yeah.
we're
See,
not,
now I can be locked in with her a little bit.
so, and then I started, when I got down there, I was like, everything just started aligning with me. I knew that I wanted to start the businesses. I just didn't know where to start, and it was because there were so many distractions. So I got a chance to refocus. I started ministering and working with the production team at a church down there called Church by the Glades, which is where this shirt is actually from.
Okay, that says no
There's
perfect
no
people allowed.
person,
I like it.
so
That's dope.
that's their thing there. So I started working with their production team, and I was like, well, I love that I get to do what I like to do as far as events are concerned and minister at the same time. And so just being down there allowed me to refocus, allowed me to get connected back with God, and just allowed me to reshift my thinking and focus, and then come back home to Atlanta eventually, which I did at the end of the year, 2020, and
Okay.
hit the
That's
ground running with these businesses.
No, that's dope. And when you say that though, that what it kind of alludes to what I was talking about before you got on. You talked about being like refocusing,
Mhm.
and I was speaking to in Hebrews 12, where it talks about God disciplines his children, and people, they go through life, and when you encounter adversity, we look at it as like it's something wrong with what we're doing, or it's something wrong with us. And really what Hebrews is speaking to is that there's nothing wrong with you. Like, this is just an opportunity for you to rely more on God and to test your faith, so to speak. Like, you're able to test your faith by, I'm facing this adversity. Do I go with an easy way out, or do I continue to stick it out? You see what I'm saying? And like, being in that position allows us to be disciplined by God. So when you make the wrong decision and you one of his, he draws you back in, almost like any father or your parent. You
Right.
go out here, make a wrong decision. Good parents, they're gonna discipline you, because that's what they should do. But if you're not being disciplined, if you decide to do something wrong and you seeming like you're getting ahead, at the end of the day,
It's will
what
catch up.
Hebrews is speaking to that. So I just wanted to say that, because what you just said just really relates to that. Like, you had to refocus. Like,
Right.
you had to go there and do something different. But that was you moving to refocus is discipline, like with yourself. Like, I need to get refocused. That's you, because some people could continue doing what they're doing and never take that breath or second step away and refocus. So I just love that you said that and spoke to that, and it looked like you may have something you want to say. So I
Yeah,
didn't.
one of my favorite things during that time was like the saying, it's like isolation breeds elevation. So
Absolutely.
that was one of my favorite things, just to keep in mind during that time. Because
Deep.
it wasn't fun being away from everybody else I knew, but at the end of the day, it did what it was supposed to do.
No, absolutely. And when you made that move, you said it wasn't fun. It was hard to do. Like, how did you cope with it? Like, how did you get through it? Like, what made you continue to stay locked in on what you're trying to do?
I think I had to keep in mind that there's a long-term goal.
Okay.
So just not being short-sighted, I had to keep in mind they'll still be there when I get back.
Absolutely.
Atlanta's still going to be Atlanta when I get back.
Absolutely.
But the main thing was making sure that I wasn't the same when I came back.
Deep, big time. And you're talking about you mentioned businesses. So tell us about the businesses. Like jump into those. Like, let's hear a little bit about those.
So I'll tell you about the financial services business first, because that kind of
Okay.
rolls into what I was talking about with my mom and financial literacy. So after graduating from Clemson, I started working with Ronstad's corporate office. They're an HR staffing company. So they hired
Okay.
me to do like bilingual support for the employees that they have around the country, because my major at school was Spanish and international trade.
Oh, that's big time. So you said you can speak. You say you're bilingual.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That hey, for anybody watching, that is something like
You need it. I promise you.
Especially if you're talking about somebody being in America. Like,
Mhm.
it's like, that's something that is like, a language that, I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, maybe
And
you can help me learn how to speak that.
the most important thing is just immersing yourself. And that was the great thing about choosing that in school, is because they force you to do a study abroad. So you have to.
Yeah.
It's
And you where did you go?
Argentina.
Ah, and that was nice.
It was nice. I wouldn't stay forever, but I loved it.
Okay. Because where is it? Do they have is the weather not like do they have crazy animals there? Or is that Australia I'm thinking about?
So Argentina is South America, kind of in between Brazil and
Okay.
Chile. At the very bottom is Patagonia, where they have the
Okay.
penguins, and that's what the clothing brand,
Okay.
fleece and everything.
Yeah. 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 They,
Llamas and all kind of things there. So
nice. Yeah. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to say that.
no,
But go
no,
ahead. Yeah,
no.
you can continue going. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started working with the HR company. I'm still there now,
Okay.
but working there made me realize how much of a gap there is when it comes to financial literacy, because with the HR company, we hire temp employees, so they're getting paid on a weekly basis. But then you still recognize, okay, something's not clicking here, because there's still financial struggles, even though you're getting paid weekly.
Mm,
And it's not anyone's fault. I like to say you don't know what you don't know. So
absolutely.
working there made me want to get into financial literacy and educating people. So that's the goal with the financial services business, called Payne to Prosperity. So it's like a play off of my last name.
I like that.
So the
Okay.
goal is to do. I went to a school uh, earlier in the year, before their school year ended. I went to South Cobb High School, got a chance to speak to this entrepreneurship, HR class, and got a chance to speak to the teacher who does financial literacy over there. So the goal is to get into schools, programs, speak to students, speak to any age group, really, to just educate.
Right. And when you get in there, what would that look like? Like, is that like, you doing drill like exercises? Is it coaching? What does that look like?
Yeah, so because personal finance is personal and it's so specific to
Okay.
everybody starts at a different level. I think the main thing would just be financial terms, things that you need to know depending on what age group it is. So people who are in elementary school, middle school students, they're going to need to know different things than someone who's graduating high school, who might not know what a W-4 is, or how to
Right.
fill out stuff to file their taxes, or go into the corporate working world. So just based on the age level would be how I would cater it to those.
Okay. And you work is it independent or you got a team? Like, speak a little bit to that.
Yeah, so with the financial services business, I'm currently partnered with a marketing company called
Okay.
PhD. So with the marketing company, I have my life insurance license and annuities license. So we help families find products that work for them as far as life insurance or retirement products like annuities. So when we contact a family, or if a family gets in contact with us, we sit down with them, educate them on what the options are as far
Right.
as insurance is concerned or retirement products. And then if they want to get something, we help them submit their application. We work with a bunch of different carriers because we're not tied to any specific insurance company. So that's something that anyone could actually do if they want to help their community, or if they want to educate families. They're more than welcome to join our team.
Okay, nice. And you're doing it in Georgia,
Yes.
current? Yeah,
My
but you
license
said
is in Georgia, but
okay.
the good thing is that you can get licensed through other states. So I have my license in a few other states: Alabama, Maryland, California, South Carolina.
What you got against North Carolina?
I don't have anything against North Carolina. Like, we could get on that now, so I can start helping people in North Carolina too.
Okay, yeah, okay. Come on with it. Yeah, we out here. We out here in North Cat.
We can submit that this week.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it, cause I got some young men that can we got a community that could definitely benefit from that.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Literally.
everybody. Yeah, so we got some. You said schools or whatnot. We got a good high school around here. That I got some young men that maybe could connect you with. So
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely.
Ready.
Yeah, we got to do that. And all right, so that is the financial literacy, Payne to prosperity.
Yes.
And that's how they can reach. Is that like .com? How can they reach out to you?
It actually is. It's Payne2prosperity.com, and then also the Instagram is Payne to Prosperity.
Okay, got you. Payne to prosperity.com.
Actually, I believe it's .org.
.org.
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay, like because it's an organization. That makes sense. No, that makes sense. So now on to the other business, the event planning.
Yeah, so that started from growing up, because the Jamaican side of my family, which is both sides technically, but my dad's a DJ, and so my granduncles were DJs, so that threw me into the entertainment industry.
Okay.
So
yeah.
just being around them and always at some event, going with my dad, tagging along with him, just made me fall in love with events and just helping people have a good time, just seeing people have a good time. So, and then working with the football team also. So with Clemson, I worked with our recruiting operations, and then was also helping out Coach Jeff Davis as an assistant. So just working with the football team, facilitating day of, coordinating for our game days and the recruits, that made me get to hone in on what it is exactly that I like to do when it comes to events. So I like doing the day of, facilitating, like coordinating schedules, making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be, making sure everything flows smoothly for the event. So I've been doing that over the past couple of years, just looking for opportunities and sending my information or applying. And so I've done a couple of festivals and Super Bowl halftime shows I've helped with, and we just did a wedding this past weekend. So
hold on. You said Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Don't just skip past that. Let's go ahead and bring that back. What you mean Super Bowl? What you mean Super Bowl halftime show?
So yeah, when they came here to Atlanta, they announced that they were looking for help, and then somebody else let me know about it. So for the halftime production team, you help put together the staging and the lighting and everything for the halftime show. So we have rehearsals about 2 weeks ahead of time at the location. So you do setup and breakdown of the staging and everything that happens for the halftime.
Yeah, how was that?
That was a lot of fun.
A lot of work though.
What I like about working different kinds of events is that I don't feel like any job is too small for me because I'm gonna learn something.
I like that.
I'm gonna learn something whether I'm pulling a wire somewhere or if I'm doing ticketing somewhere or doing being a stage manager at a festival somewhere. I'm gonna learn something that I need to learn for my own business because my ultimate
Mhm.
goal is to have my own event venue or multi-purpose facility.
Okay, what that look like? What does that look like?
That looks like an outdoor
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
area. It
yeah,
looks like an
yeah.
indoor area. I've got some offices in mind, a
Okay,
green room, a little internet cafe that I have a name for.
okay.
It's got co-working spaces. It's got a library, a gallery. It's a lot.
I like it. That's nice. You thinking Atlanta with that?
I would not mind having multiple locations, but to start, most likely,
Yeah, at home. Start at home, so to speak.
yeah.
No,
Mhm.
that's what's up. And you're speaking to it, and just in case they didn't catch the name of the event planning
My
business.
event company is Indie Affairs, INDIEAFFAIRS, and that's kind of a play on the whole term of being an indie artist. So my goal is to help creatives just believe in themselves and
Like that.
go after their goals as far as being an independent artist or being a creative or correct. Indie
Okay,
Affairs.
got you. Check out India
Achieving
Fair.
their goals.
I like that. That's what's up. All right, cool. Well, in the future, you're speaking to both of the businesses. You're speaking to where you are right now. So, like, where could we? How could we support what you're doing? How could we, be on the lookout for it? Like, what are some that we could be looking forward to or contributing to now and in the future to what you have going on?
Well, I would love to come up there and help and speak to any of the guys that you need me to speak to.
Absolutely,
Support you
we
in
can
any
do
way
that.
I can. As far as the event business is concerned, that's mainly just believing that it's a long term goal because it's not a small undertaking to,
Right.
but I believe that owning the building is what's going to help me
Absolutely.
get my goal
Absolutely.
accomplished.
No, big time. And if there's anything you can tell a young lady right now, what would it be? Like, inspiring words, encouraging words, anything we can tell that in because we're going to do a final focus. I'm going to show that before we close. So, anything you would like to say, share to a young lady or anybody.
I think that the main thing that has helped me is belief.
Mm-hmm.
So believing in your goal or believing that it will happen and understanding that there isn't necessarily a when it will happen is what's important. So just understanding that it will happen and that it can happen. You don't necessarily have to have a timeline. You don't have to pay attention to what anybody else is doing. You don't have to think that you're behind. Just
Absolutely.
know that your timeline is your own timeline.
Deep. Absolutely. And that's essentially that's what faith is. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop this final focus that y'all saw. Stamp that. Here
Lay
we
your
go.
hands on your head and say, give me a new mind. Give me a new mind means give me a new perspective. Give me a new way of looking at my situation. Give me a new way of looking at my circumstances. Get my mind ready for this year because when I get this year, there's going to be blessings, there's going to be miracles, there's going to be opportunities. Oh yes, it's going to be some struggles, it's going to be some challenges, it's going to be some tests, but even the struggles are an opportunity for me to show off the victory if my mind can handle the change. As an act of my will, I've decided I'm going to rejoice. I made up my mind. I'm going to be happy. I made up my mind. I'm going to enjoy. I'm as healthy as I'm going to be. I'm as young as I'm ever going to be. I can't get any younger. I can't roll the clock back. Well, with what I got left, I'm going to maximize this. I will will rejoice.
Hey, Bishop TDJ dropped the mic. He dropped the mic. But definitely get y'all mind ready. It's gonna happen for you. Everything that you are praying for, and definitely moving in from a righteous perspective, God is working it out for you. I want to encourage you that always, and as you always hear me say, faith forward, keeping the main thing the main thing. Miss Tiana Payne, support everything that she's doing. Payne of Prosperity, Indie Affairs. I look forward to connecting with you, Tiana. Again, appreciate y'all checking us out. God bless y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
I appreciate you.